Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wax Pack Poetic. I'm your boy Lou. Thanks for checking me out as always. Been doing some things this weekend. The baseball room. I put up a video. It's my second video of the weekend. Hope everybody is enjoying their Labor Day, having a very safe and fun Labor Day. It's sunny now. It was raining and stuff out here on the East Coast, but it's looking good now. So I've been watching some videos. I haven't really been doing anything all weekend. This is the first break I've gotten in a few weeks. Redoing my baseball room. Watching some YouTube videos. Hendrix is a guy that I just started following. I subscribed to his channel and watching. I know he's having a giveaway, subscriber giveaway. I forget what number he's on, so forgive me. But he wanted everybody to post a video about a baseball card in their collection and a story behind it. So I think I know I'm cutting it close. I know he extended it. And if I missed it by a day, I missed it. I don't care. I thought it was a great idea. I'm going to do it anyway. And if you follow me and you don't follow Hendrix channel, you should. It's good stuff. So I'm going to tell a story about a card, but it's going to be a little different. Now, this binder is one of my prize. In here is basically my prized possession, and it's probably, as far as monetary value, close to worthless. So I started collecting in the 80s. My dad got me into it. He started buying me packs and stuff here and there. And then once 1987 hit, my dad, with the wood borders, he loved the 62 set so much that he started collecting again. And then I got into it, and 1988 was the first year that I began to put the top set together seriously. I was 10 years old, and I had collected a little bit here and there before that. In 1988, I ended up getting a complete set for Christmas. Now, my father, after that, would buy himself a complete set every year, and that would be it. I would buy packs of cards or whatever, singles, anything, and then I would usually get a set for Christmas or my birthday. This right here, in this binder, is at one time, it was a near complete set of 1989 Bowman. It was a complete set, except for there are a few cards that I took out since I just rediscovered this because they were damaged. This was packed away in a lot of my stuff for years. I started going through all of my old cards that I had from, my youth. And so I'm missing like a couple other cards now, but at one point this was a near complete set of 1989 Bowman. And this card right here. I was only missing this one card right here. I put this set was put together completely by hand. The cards are not in great shape for being stored for so long and moved around and everything else. They're in their original sheets. The binder I just replaced with one from Staples because it had fallen apart. But these cards were gone through by hand over and over and over again, put into the pages. As you can see, like I was a kid. I didn't have money for pages, so I had to double up. Put into the pages, and after going through packs, I would trade them. Now the best. Now I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to switch it up a little bit here about this set. Okay, so but I am going to specifically link it to one card, but it's not going to be a card I own. It is going to be this one card. So my parents divorced when I was very young. Happens. I visited my dad on the weekends every Sunday, until I moved away when I was like 14 years old. So every Sunday I visited my dad. And one thing that we started doing once I got, around 10 years old is baseball cards. We went to a lot of baseball card shows. At that time, I grew up in New Jersey, so in the New York City metro area, baseball is huge there. At that time, there were lots of card shops to go to, and he lived in a small town called Dumont, New Jersey, in Bergen County. It's roughly 2 square miles, and between that town and the neighboring town of Bergenfield and Teaneck, and New Milford, there was probably about 8 baseball card / comic shops back then in the late 80s to mid 90s. So, this one, however, these were almost entirely bought from PAX. PAX old school at a old school candy store called Alan Carroll's in Dumont, New Jersey. It's a 7-Eleven now. But when this came out, my dad saw it, and he remembered Bowman baseball cards from when he was a kid. Thought it was cool. Bought a pack. Loved the design. Loved everything about it. They were 75 cents a pack. In 1989 is when Upper Deck came out, and I believe they were $1 a pack or over $1 a pack, which my dad thought was outrageous. And then he bought them, and he showed me, and that was it. We were off, and every weekend we started just by buying packs at the local candy store. We would walk, like my dad would walk and I would ride my bike. We wouldn't even drive there, and it was just, we would go, usually pick up like 2 packs each, go home, go through, see what we had. After we started getting a lot of them, we bought binders and sheets, and we started putting the set together. He was building a set and I was building a set. So for the majority of the 1989 baseball season, in the middle of the Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. rush and everything, all I really cared about was Bowman baseball cards. And the reason being is that every Sunday, my dad would pick me and my sister up. We'd go home, eat lunch, head up to the candy store, buy a couple packs, sit at the kitchen table, open them up, go through, see what we had, show each other if we got a good card the other person didn't have. And then, once we had a lot, began to make trades, which was really, really cool for me, because prior to that, my dad just bought a complete set of Topps baseball cards every year. That was it. He went, bought a set, put it in a binder, put it on a shelf. There wasn't any trading or anything like that. And we would make trades. And I remember I had 2 Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards, Bowman rookie cards from this set. And my dad had 2 Bo Jacksons. And we basically, which in 1989 was not such a, was probably a pretty decent deal. Ken Griffey Jr. for a Bo Jackson straight up. I remember that one trade specifically. But after we had so many cards of the set, and there's not that many, I think there's 400 cards, and they even have like these reprints in the back, which were really, really cool, like reprinted cards. Oh man, these pages are rough here. Of like all these old, like, I'll just take it out. This card's not been out for like 30 years probably. Yeah, here we go. I'll just turn to the back page. Reprints of all these classic Bowman cards. Mantle, the Satchel Paige, the Maze, Bowman color. I mean, 54 Bowman Williams. So, man, these pages don't want to bend or nothing. They feel like they're gonna turn to dust. It's crazy. So after we got to a point where buying packs were basically just coming up with nothing but doubles, we started going to shops and shows that sold singles, and we would fill in. I usually spent my allowance, which at the time was like $2.50 a week, something like that. I mean, by rights, I probably shouldn't even got allowance. I saw my dad one day a week, but every time I visited, I took the trash out because Monday was trash morning. I took the trash out when we left, and it gave me $2.50, and I spent it on cards. So we did that. We started buying singles. So my dad actually ended up finishing his set before I did. Now, I still needed probably about 50, 60 cards, something like that. Christmas 1989, I got a box, and this is really funny. It shows my dad's sense of humor. It was a box. I didn't know what it was. It was a square box. It looked like it could have been like a 400 count box or something smaller, but similar to that. And I opened it up. I know my dad took a picture of me. I don't know if he still has it. I opened it up on Christmas, and it was a stocking box, like pantyhose. I don't know if anybody old enough to remember, they used to sometimes would come in a square box. And I was just like, huh? And my dad got a perfect picture of me and everything. Then I was like, okay. And then he told me to open the box. I opened the box, and inside of it was Bowman baseball cards. This is where this card comes in, okay? Because this was one of the best times I had with my father. And like I said, my father he's a great dude. But, parents get divorced, and we spend limited time with each other. And this is one of our biggest bonding moments. He got, without having, just knowing what I had and everything else like that, without a list or anything else like that, he got every single card I needed down to this one. That was it. Out of like 50 or 60 cards. Every single one. And this is a 1989 Bowman Greg Olson card that I still don't have. I said I would get it one day, and then 89 turned into 90, turned into 91, and then, by the mid-90s, I wasn't collecting anymore because I was in high school and focused on girls and shit like that. So I still don't have this card. I never got this 89 Bowman Greg Olson card. But just when I found this, going through my things, and like I said, this set could be bought for probably like $7. It's so mass produced. Every card in here, like the edges are rounded because of all the times I went through them and traded them, and the pages are in rough shape and everything else like that. But this, just brings back so many memories of, I didn't get to play Little League with my dad coaching or anything else like that. Like, this is what we did. And I had this as a memory of a bonding moment with my dad. And this right here never bothered me that I was missing the one card. I was more just amazed that my dad was really so focused and so in tune with me at that point that he got it down to one card. So 89 Bowman Greg Olson is basically the card that I don't have that I'm telling the story about. However, I recently bought a wax box of 89 Bowman baseball. I found it for $10 at a local card shop, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna buy this. I opened a couple packs with my 8-year-old son, and if I, if I get a Greg Olson, I'll be putting it right in here, and I will be doing a video about it. So there's a chance that I may complete this set. There actually are there's actually like 3 or 4 cards in here that ended up really damaged that I took out. So I'll keep you posted. That's my story. I hope you enjoy it. If I'm too late for the contest, oh well. This was a good story and just a reason to look through this 3-ring time machine I got here. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Check you soon. Peace.